on this, the 16th of this series of spiritual aloneness for vowed people, for celibates, for those who are looking, maybe into these beautiful ways of life. We have something from Saint Athanasius, and before going through that, let's take a moment of silence to recall how wonderful it is to be able to sit in the presence of God. And St. Athanasius writes, "The human body has been greatly enhanced through the fellowship and the union of the Word with it. From being mortal, it has become immortal. Though physical, it has become spiritual. Though made from the earth, it has passed through the gates of heaven." And I wanted to reflect on the body as St. Athanasius presented, because sometimes for those of us who have promises of celibacy, or live these vows, it can seem like our body with its physical needs supposedly draws us away from God. That there's a way in which so much temptation or whatever seems to be focused on our body. But for St. Athanasius, that's not the case. There is in our body, because it reflects the body of Jesus, who took our flesh and lived in our flesh perfectly and wants to transform our flesh for all eternity. Our bodies will carry us, as he says, through the gates of heaven. This remarkable thing that God gives us in being enfleshed as Jesus is enfleshed. And so to view our bodies as vehicles, as wonderful partners in this growing towards the Lord, because of course it's only through our bodies that we speak to people, that we help people, that in fact we even pray, because our brains, our minds are our bodies too. And so to have a tremendous respect and joy of being enfleshed, and not to alienate ourselves and somehow to experience deeper loneliness because somehow our bodies aren't being taken care of, but rather to say, no, in a myriad ways the Lord provides me food, shelter, sleep, ways of interacting with people, all sorts of wonderful things come to me through my body, and in death my body will together, not separate as one thing, body, soul, together we move towards the Lord. In fact, to speak of my body and leave it away from who I am is somehow to deny how united we are. We are one enfleshed reality. And that is a beautiful gift from God. And we see it in Jesus. And we see it in ourselves. And it allows us to be united with Jesus, but also the promise of being united with God forever, as our bodies carry us into and through the gates of heaven.